So the original idea I thought was to try and be funny, have a laugh, and give a lighter side to the just how the news is going as we go into the election. Unfortunately, I can't do that right now because James Comer Pie this is unbelievable. You know, we always say, there's the barrel, there's the bottom, and there is people like Laura Loomer, what's her name, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert. James Comer is right there in the bottom. I can't believe that for a senior politician that he feels it's okay to make light, to make fun of somebody's family who, the children of Tim Walz, they have nothing to do with his politics. He has a son who has it's been clearly reported, learning difficulties. Maybe he responds in a different way to the children that James Comer is used to being involved and around. But James Comer should have enough know-how to read a newspaper, just educate himself about the fact that Tim Walz's family, there are some differences. I'm being really nice about it because what you're about to see is shocking. I would just ask, if you've never left a comment before, please tell me, have I got it wrong? I'm an outsider looking in. Is this acceptable behavior by just any standards in America? Because in my world, it's just, you do not have a go. This is the list. Well, just forget the list. This is just wrong.
Yeah, that's a scary family there. I mean, it looks like the type of family that's been indoctrinated, and they believe that there's a better way to do business. And, with some of the things that the Walzes have said about China, their affection for China, that's very concerning to me because we don't want to set our business model like China's. I mean, China's already got too big of a foothold here in the United States, still in our...
Just for one moment this Friday, look at this. It's only a few seconds on Fox. And tell me differently that Fox News is not basically the cable news campaigning section for the former president of the United States of America, because I can't see any difference. If this was government state TV, you'd understand it. When I last checked, I think Fox is private. Is it owned by Trump? Somebody explain it to me. Because to me, they might as well be headquartered right within the RNC.
Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump has said he is planning to visit Springfield here in the coming weeks. But yesterday, the Republican mayor here in Springfield threw some cold water on that. He said it would be best for his city right now if Donald Trump did not come. And if he decided to not come, it would, quote, bring peace to the city. Harris?
Well, he's not there now, and they don't have peace. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Governor Walz here, my 79 International Harvester Scout and my 5-year-old Black Lab Boxer Scout. Everything works on here, except one thing I'm still tinkering with, cruise control. So I'm gonna show you how to fix that. At the same time, we talk about creating an opportunity economy so that everybody can get the opportunity to thrive. So come here, take a look at this. I'll show you how this thing works. It's fascinating how the cruise control works on these old vehicles. All right, here we go. 345 International motor, no computers, all analog. And this is the cruise control. This thing works on vacuum, pulls, and this is ingenious. This arm is just a chain that slides back and forth inside this arm. And when it's working, works within a couple miles per hour. If J.D. Vance, along with Donald Trump, get the opportunity, the folks getting the tax cuts are going to be the billionaires. They don't care about fixing the cruise control on a 79 International because they can buy whatever they want. Middle class folks are the ones that need the tax cut. That's what a President Harris administration will do. Vice President Harris and I believe a lot of values, and one of the biggest value that we share together is when the middle class is strong, America's strong. This thing, old school carburetor. You can always tell something about somebody's maintenance when how clean their air filter is. Look, to be able to work on this thing, you got a manual. It shows you exactly what to do to fix things on this. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance have a manual too. It's called Project 2025, and it's a way to stick it to the middle class while giving tax cuts to the wealthiest. Rigging our economy to make it more difficult for people. Look, they didn't give me a manual for this if you didn't plan on using it to fix your truck. They didn't create that Project 2025 just to have it set around as a doorstop. My pro tip of the day is silicone-based things around rubber, best thing. You get the wrong material on this stuff dry rots out, and this is like really hard to find. So make stuff last, invest in it, just like you hear this administration under President Harris. Investing in the middle class will make a strong America in the long run. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you need to fix the analog cruise control on your 79 International, this is the place to come. And if you want to know what investing in the middle class in a strong America looks like, follow the Harris-Walz campaign for more.
Hello, President Harris. Oh.
Yeah. 47 days. 47 days, yes.
From my mouth to God's ear. And hello, Oprah.
As we speak, there's a huge scandal breaking involving adult sex websites. Mark Robinson, the Republican Party are trying to erase all memory of Mark Robinson. Trump described Mark Robinson at a rally as better than Martin Luther King. Fox News have literally described this person
tell us
as
what you
the
discovered
future
here.
of the Republican
Jake,
Party.
CNN found a series of highly disturbing posts made on the message board of a pornographic website more than a decade ago, and we traced them directly to Mark Robinson. We did interview Robinson today, and he categorically denies making these posts, and I'll get to that in just a moment here, but first, I want to walk people through just some of them. Take a look right here at this one. In one post, Robinson called himself a, quote, black Nazi. And when describing then President Barack Obama, writing, quote, I'd take Hitler over any of the shit that's in Washington right now. It even goes beyond that. Another disturbing post, Robinson defended slavery, writing, quote, slavery is not that bad, and I wish they would bring slavery back. I would certainly buy a few. All of these comments and many others that you can read on CNN.com were made on the message board of a porn website called Nude Africa. And Jake, in addition to those posts, he also expressed views on Nude Africa that sharply contradict his current policies as a socially conservative candidate for governor. For example, he has been vocally anti-transgender, but look at what Robinson wrote on the porn message board more than a decade ago, writing that he, quote, liked watching transgender porn, adding, quote, that's effing hot, and called himself a, quote, perv. In another thread that was discussing the story of a woman who said she was raped by her taxi driver while drunk, Robinson wrote, quote, and the moral of this story, don't F a drunk white bitch.
So he wrote all of this stuff years ago before he got into politics. How are you sure that it's him?
Yeah, so CNN, Jake, we found that Robinson consistently used that same username, Mini Soldier, that he used on Nude Africa in all of his social media. You can see it here. He used it on Pinterest, Black Planet, YouTube. He even used it as his Twitter handle. His full name was also listed on Nude Africa, and an email we found he used on Nude Africa, he used on several other websites. Now, the biographical data from multiple websites using the name Mini Soldier matches Robinson exactly, the exact date of birth, his hometown, the fact that his mother worked at an HBCU, that his favorite episode of The Twilight Zone is number 22.
And of course, this was all before he was a public figure, which would factor into the identification that this all happened back then when he was just a common citizen. So what did Lieutenant Governor Robinson have to say about all this today when you talked to him?
So Robinson calls the story trash. He says it's not him. We asked the campaign for comment. We gave them 48 hours to respond. That deadline was this morning, and that's when Lieutenant Governor Robinson agreed to do a brief interview with us about that. Here is just a little bit of that interview. Lieutenant Governor Robinson, thank you so much for being willing to talk to us. I think we'll just jump right into it. Do you deny that this account is you?
Well, first off, let me say thank you so much for allowing me to come here and clear the air. We absolutely do. This is not us. These are not our words, and this is not anything that is characteristic of me, nor has it ever been. The people here of North Carolina know I have been completely transparent about my history, all the warts. We put them all out. We let folks know about it. But the folks here also know my character. They know who I am. They know my voice, so to speak. This is not my voice. This is not things that we would ever say or even think. And so absolutely we do.
How do you explain all of the matching details on this profile? The profile on Nude Africa lists your full name as Mark Robinson. The email listed on the account is an email that you have used elsewhere on the internet, including with your photo. You have used that name, Mini Soldier, on multiple social media accounts, including Twitter, Pinterest, Black Planet, and YouTube. How can you deny, with all of these matching details, that this is you?
Look, I'm not going to get into the minutia of how somebody manufactured these salacious tabloid lies, but I can tell you this. There's been over $1 million spent on me through AI by a billionaire son who's bound and determined to destroy me. The things that people can do with the internet now is incredible. But what I can tell you is this. Again, these are not my words. This is simply tabloid trash being used as a distraction from the substantive issues that the people of this state are facing. We have addressed it. We have said it's not true. And we wish we could move on and get busy with the business of the people of the state.
Okay, well, these posts, they do take place over a 5-year period from 2008 to 2013. You mentioned AI. Are you saying that somebody was somehow manufacturing biographical details to exactly match you using your username?
Look, I have no idea how this was done. I have absolutely no idea how it was done. And I have 5 weeks left in this campaign to focus on the substantive issues that North Carolinians face. I do not have time for tabloid trash.
There have been rumors that some of your campaign staff have quit. Can you tell us if that's true or not?
Absolutely not, and we are not getting out of this race. There are people who are counting on us to win this race because, again, we don't want a governor who's going to be a person that can't be counted on to tell the truth.
In 2020, they met in a historic debate.
Please welcome California Senator Kamala Harris and Vice President Mike Pence.
For 90 minutes, they disagreed on many issues.
The American people have witnessed what is the greatest failure of any presidential administration in the history of our country. And here are the facts. 210,000 dead people in our country in just the last several months.
Kamala Harris, Senator Harris, I'm sorry.
It's fine, I'm Kamala.
They debated issues from COVID to foreign policy, reproductive rights to the economy. But today, for the first time in history, the two participants of a vice presidential debate agree on one basic fact.
I cannot, in good conscience, endorse Donald Trump in this campaign.
Mike Pence joins another Republican vice president, Dick Cheney, in saying he cannot support Donald Trump. It's more than policy or ideology. Donald Trump is a bad man who tried to end American democracy. His own vice president knows it. It's time to put country first. America
was discussing with Chris Wallace the subject of the election, who he thinks is going to win. Play you the clip in a moment. But they talked about why Trump has an appeal, apparently, amongst young men. And I found it, and I've seen this a few times, it's always written by the same type of elitist commentator, journalist, etc. And it's very condescending, pandering to a stereotype that I don't think really exists, almost saying that, well, a lot of young men aren't particularly educated, not my words, their words, so they like the way Trump speaks. It's simplistic, it's rude, it's sexist, it's racist, it's all of those things, and they can relate to it. I mean, how insulting is that? You may have a couple of people who are like that, but to generalize and say that all young men, all young black Hispanic men, all young Hispanic men, black men, white men, whichever category you want it to be, are uneducated. You know, can't really put a political conversation together, so the way that Trump serves it up in a total mess, they understand and get. I mean, that is so condescending, it is untrue, and feeds into a narrative, I suppose, that if you were Fox News, that's how you would look down upon people. I just don't believe it. Sorry, I don't. Feel free to disagree with me in the comment section. Have a listen to the Chris Wallace comment and tell me what you think.
Why do you think Trump is doing relatively well with young black men?
I think that it's a combination of the disgust and the absence of trust that an abundance of people, not just black males, but an abundance of people in America have with Capitol Hill. And that's what I keep telling folks. I've been telling folks this for the longest time. Listen, when it comes to Donald Trump, he speaks a lot of folks' language. They don't care as much about the message. They care about how he's delivering the message because he delivers it in a way that they want to deliver it to Capitol Hill.
Part of sports is predicting who's going to win.
I still believe it's going to be Kamala Harris that's going to win this election.
Really?
I really do. I think she's going to win this election because I think that when you take away the fringes, folks on the fringe, on the extreme right and left, and you get to the center, I think ultimately people are going to look at her, regardless of what they're saying about her. They're going to look at her and say, you can work with her. And the way the streets of America was when he departed from office in 2020, I don't think a lot of people are going to want to relive that. And I think by that virtue is what is going to propel her to the presidency.
Amber's mother, Shanette, and older sisters CJ and Andrika are here, and they wanted to be here tonight to speak out for the first time. Ms. Shanette, what do you want us to know about Amber's story?
Initially, I did not want the public to know my pain. I wanted to go through in silence, but I realized that it was selfish. I want y'all to know Amber was not a statistic. She was loved by a family, a strong family. And we would have done whatever to get my baby, our baby, the help that she needed. When ProPublica came to my home, I pushed them away. No, but Kavithia, she was persistent. She said, it was something that you needed to know. You have to hear me. Women around the world, people around the world need to know that this was preventable. 2 years later, after speaking with my daughters, because I lost strength, I lost hope, you're looking at a mother that is broken. Mm-hmm. The worst pain ever that a mother, that a parent could ever feel. Her father and myself and the family, you're looking at it.